What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers Without Filters podcast, episode 170, a very special episode. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I'm drinking a new brew I just picked up at a liquor store called Nap in the Hammock. A nice little sloth guy on there.
Oh, I like the art.
Cute. Yeah, this is by Metazoa. I'm excited to try it out tonight.
All right, I'm Joseph, and I've been homesick for the past 2 days, so I've got Aldi's lime seltzer.
Hey.
Cheers.
Fantastic. Love Aldi.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm Gabe, and I am drinking Oberon finally. I don't think I had it on the last time, but I finally got some.
I keep forgetting to get it. I gotta hop on the train too.
I always get it like the first month it comes out, and then honestly forget about it until it goes away, and then I buy more.
Then we get sad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, Jacob, you really do got to get on the train because I'm dating, and I also got Oberon.
There it is.
Oh,
There
shit.
it is. Yeah. I literally I don't drink hardly anything anymore, so I just forget about it. But no, you're right. I gotta hop on. But yeah, tonight's a special episode, which includes special guests. We have returning friend of the podcast, Emily Widenzy. Emily, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Happy to be here. It's an honor, honestly. I was looking at the liquor store because I wanted to show off the Truly vodka seltzers. If you haven't seen them,
Oh.
my local liquor store didn't have it, so I'm drinking something new. It's called Good Boy Vodka. Ooh, got a little.
Oh,
right
okay.
there. This vodka seltzer, or not seltzer, it's just a vodka drink. Iced tea lemonade. It's called the John Daly cocktail. Seems to be a ripoff on the Arnold Palmer.
Mhm.
Grip it and rip it is the slogan, and they donate some of their proceeds to dogs. I'm not sure where.
To give
Just
dogs
hand
money.
to dogs on the street.
I feel like buy you something nice.
Yeah,
Get in the collar.
it says every pour helps a pup, so drink to that. So far,
There we
so
go.
good.
Love
Yeah.
that. All right. And we have a new face on the show tonight. Eli, how you doing?
Hey, great to be here. So tonight, okay, I didn't exactly follow the beer memo, but I got a High West bourbon with exactly one ice cube.
Oh, very
Fancy.
sophisticated. Love it.
What an intro.
All right, well, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm sure you saw by the title, but this is a very special episode. We didn't forget, okay? We know March is long gone. It's almost May, okay? But we did not forget about the bullshit bracket. It's just everyone's really busy. It's really hard to schedule 8 people for 3 weeks in a row to come and do it how we normally do it. So we decided we're gonna have a one night only special episode with a new format, and we're hoping to just have a fun night tonight. So the drinks are flowing, and we're gonna play a little game called Superfight, which some people listening might know about. It's a real life card game. We're gonna be playing on Tabletop Simulator, but it's very similar to kind of the bullshit bracket, and it's kind of the bullshitting nature that we like to encourage here. So yeah, we'll be doing that tonight. I'm gonna go through the rules really fast, and we'll just get into it because we wanna start going here. So the main thing I wanna just say for those listening, typically for the bullshit bracket, there's a week of prep, right? People research their topic and they practice their stuff or whatever. There's no
A
prep.
week's generous. Let's be real.
A couple days, maybe a couple hours before they hop on, they Wikipedia their topic. This is off the dome, improv, no prep tonight, and we'll see who really is the true bullshitter. But here's how this works. Superfight is a game where we have 2 fighters go up against each other, and we argue of who we think would win in a fight. So 2 contenders enter the ring. They'll each receive a random fighter with 2 random attributes. And we also have the location of the fight noted. So, for example, one fighter might be a velociraptor who is very clumsy but has laser eyes. And the other fighter could be a T-Rex with cat-like reflexes but can hold their breath forever, right? And this might take place on a deep-sea submarine. Not everything's dinosaurs, but that's what we got for the random one here. So then the rest of us will all argue over who we think would win in this fight, a velociraptor or a T-Rex in this case. And the winner will stay and be the champion, and the challenger will lose, and we'll pick a new challenger, and we'll just keep rotating around and just have some fun. As far as how we decide who wins, we'll have one person designated as a judge every single round, and they will make the final call of who is the winner. That'll rotate as well. So there's going to be a bunch of random flipping cards randomly. There's no hands or anything. Bullshitting, having fun. And I'll keep track of number of wins to see who has the most at the end of the night. But, I don't think it matters too much. It's all going to be random anyway. So let's just get into it. Dayton, why don't you flip some cards? Our first fight of the night is Gabe in the champion slot against Emily in the challenger slot. And the judge will be Joseph. So at everyone making their arguments, Joseph is the guy you need to please. All right? Here we go.
I'm so fucked.
Actually, Gabe, if you can see it, why don't you read your contender?
Yeah. We read them. Okay, so I have a supermodel whose hands are covered in butter. Don't worry, I have 2 extra arms, so there's extra buttered hands.
Fantastic. And Emily, why don't you read yours?
So I have everyone at Burning Man. They are all 3 stories tall. But if you thought that wasn't enough, they can all sonically scream.
Love that. And this is taking place in Death Valley, California. So we're out in the desert.
So close to Burning Man.
Yeah,
Very close.
Yeah.
So is everyone at Burning Man 3 stories tall, or are they in the 3-story tall Burning Man statue?
Ooh.
Or stacked on top of each other, are they all
Like
3
chicken
stories
fights?
tall cumulatively?
Oh.
So they're all actually like 2
Yeah,
inches
chicken
tall.
fight style or laying on the ground?
Just a pile of nasty, sweaty people.
That
I was-
anyways, honestly.
I was imagining every single person is 3 stories tall, and it's just a
Me
very
too.
enlarged Burning Man, and they're all screaming and making each other deaf, out there in Death Valley.
Death Valley.
I mean, minus the 3 stories tall, that just sounds like normal Burning Man. Okay, I mean, clearly the supermodel is going to be a little out of their element in Death Valley, unless they've done photo shoots there. I mean, that could be a location. But I think like the best defense I've got is, I can evade with my buttery hands. Because they're gonna be sweaty already, and then you got extra slippage on top of that. So, they're going for a grab. I just put out my forearms, like that Ben 10 fucking thing.
Yep.
But with butter hands.
Well, Gabe, don't underestimate the stamina of a supermodel. They work really hard. They're in good shape. So I think, they're going to be all right in Death Valley.
I mean, I feel like they just don't eat, so I don't know.
Well, they got the
Yeah,
butter
but-
on the hands. There you go.
That's
Do
true.
you have a specific supermodel in mind?
Dude, I don't know. I don't even know what's the household name of a supermodel right now. I can't.
I have no clue.
Could tell you.
Nothing.
I don't watch
I'm looking up.
Next Top Model or anything.
Top supermodel. Naomi Campbell. That's who I'm thinking of.
All right.
Oh, man.
Emily, what's your strat in this fight?
I just would think that there's no way everybody at Burning Man wouldn't be able to like catch or whatever the challenge is here, fight or approach a supermodel. Like not everybody's conked out, okay? Like if you think of a party, there's at least one sober driver. So there's got to be at least somebody who like was dragged along to this thing who probably could catch a supermodel. But the crowd mentality of Burning Man is what holds its power. Okay. So if the crowd hive mind sets its mind to something, I just believe there's nothing they can't do, let alone being 3 stories tall. Like that would just really, the size and the sheer numbers there, I think is kind of the strategy. And then already with the location too, right? Like we already have familiarity with this hot, dry
Right,
home
desert
turf.
area. So this is
Mhm.
nothing
Yeah.
new to these people.
Home turf.
I'm just not sure like where the sonic screen comes in, other than that it probably would be like very stressful if everybody was screaming at once. And they are truly one hive mind in that sense. It probably could scare the supermodel enough to make her just want to go back home.
Okay,
I love-
I got a new strat here. Okay. So everyone's gonna be high off their fucking ass, right? 'Cause it's Burning Man. So my character is very hot. I think I could convince them that I'm their god. The supermodel is their god.
With the forearms, that doesn't help you out a lot.
I have
Tracks,
forearms. they're gonna be seeing probably like 12 because they're so fucking high. So I'm gonna have even more arms, and then I'm just gonna give them some Kool-Aid, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, this is what your god wants you to drink," and that's how I'm gonna defeat him.
Is it butter Kool-Aid?
Yeah, there's butter in the Kool-Aid. No, it's just start a cult. You don't need to defeat him outright through attrition, just through persuasion.
I like that. I like that.
Well, I don't disagree that a crowd could be fooled. If you think of these people like I do and Jacob did, like being 3 stories tall, you would be so insignificant in that sense that like nobody would believe you were a god. You
But I
know?
have 4 arms, and they're full of butter.
Yeah, but you just look like an ant. So what's the difference? Honestly, to these people, you look just like an ant. So I don't really see like a difference in that sense.
You
Joseph,
don't
are you ready to
worship
make a
our
decision, or
ant
would
gods.
you like to hear more arguments?
Or do you have questions? I feel like we open the floor. I don't know.
I feel like I stated my questions early on enough. I think if we're going with the narrative that each individual at Burning Man is 3 stories tall, then yes, that I'm going with Emily on this one. If they are all collectively in the 3-story tall Burning Man, I think the supermodel with 4 arms could convince them that that Naomi Campbell is their god. Their buttery god. So I'm gonna have to give it to Emily on this one.
That's
All right,
understandable.
there we go. Emily gets the first win of the night, and she is the new champion. So Dayton, if you
Alright.
can move those up on the screen, that would be fantastic. We reset here a little bit. All right, so Emily is the champion, and she has the same fighter as before. She has the Burning Man that are 3 stories tall, the Sonic Scream. It's tough to beat. We'll see what Joseph gets. Joseph's our new challenger here.
So you made me win, and now you have to go.
I know that's the downside.
That's the tough
now
part.
you have
Okay, I
That's
see.
I didn't think about that, but there we go. And Dayton will be the judge for this next round.
Yes, I will.
And then
Oh, you
yeah,
can
just draw
draw
maybe
another
just draw a new
character
black
card.
card. You can
Okay.
do a character card or just draw another black one over that one. We don't have to deal with the double ones.
All right.
All right. So we know Emily's Burning Man, 3 stories tall, Sonic Scream. Joseph, why don't you read your contender?
All right, so I've got the dude from The Big Lebowski, for those who are uninitiated, who shoots bees from his mouth
Sounds
and
painful.
can't stop clapping. And I gotta say, the fear alone, again, everyone at Burning Man is on.
Hold on, just very
excuse me,
quickly.
sorry.
The location.
Oh yes.
This is very important. This is very important for easies. We are on an aircraft carrier flight deck. I want to just put that out there.
Okay. Yeah. So even on an aircraft carrier flight deck, can I control the bees, or do they just?
I feel like once they leave your mouth, you don't get to control them. Man.
Okay.
I think
so
they come
can't
out with an
make a-
exit velocity.
I
It
can't
says
make a
shoot.
plan
Because
with the
it's
bees.
a
projectile.
shoot.
Yeah.
Shoots, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think they will not sting you. I don't think.
Okay.
Do they survive impact or just like
I wanted the velocity for sure.
They're not coming out. I would imagine at a high enough velocity. Like they're flying out of my mouth. Like they're
But
not,
they're not gonna like squish on a windshield.
Yeah.
So
it's not like
is your mouth like an aircraft carrier for bees then?
yes.
is your mouth the arena?
My next question is, what end do they come out? Do they come out stinger first or cute head part first?
Like I said, I don't think he's getting hurt by the bees.
Yeah, I don't
I think he just opens his mouth and bees come out. All right, like that's all there is to it.
I think shoots is not the right descriptor here.
You don't like
I don't
verb?
think I'm launching bees from
It's
my
like
mouth.
maybe it's like release
Yes,
bees
they're
from the mouth.
bees are released from my mouth. That's how I'm interpreting it, at least.
So I have a question for Emily.
Yeah.
I can't imagine everyone from Burning Man being 3 stories tall fitting on this aircraft carrier. What's the strategy there?
That's a good point. I was really thinking about the bees. I'm not gonna lie. I think the thought and aircraft carriers. I mean, they're pretty large, but everybody at Burning Man, I would agree, it would be tough. But you underestimate how much this group of people likes to be close together.
Just
This
like a bunch of
mosh pit
sailors.
of hive mind people, they could fit anywhere. You know what I mean? That like when they put their mind to it, that mosh pit just gets so close, it becomes one person, one body. You know. So I really think they could do it. I really think they could handle anything.
According
How
to the
many
internet,
stories?
5,000 people can fit in an aircraft carrier, but that's normal sized people.
Okay, but like how
So-
many? I don't actually know how many people go to Burning Man.
Emily, follow-up question. How many
Yeah, sure.
stories tall is Voltron Burning Man?
No comment.
80,000 people that went to Burning Man.
Okay.
So you
That ship's so fast.
and then I can use the bees as a raft to hold me up so I don't sink.
Mm.
Okay, but hear
So I
me
don't
out.
drown.
I think Emily could purposely drown the ship and the dude, and because they're 3 stories
Stories
tall,
tall. Above the water.
If they're in shallow water, I mean they can,
Aircraft carriers are not in shallow water. This is like
No.
deep ocean.
Dude, they do sporting events on aircraft carriers, don't
Yeah.
they? I mean, they do that shit on shore sometimes.
I mean, they gotta dock sometime. Okay, don't tell me they're just sitting. Like they're not just.
Aren't they?
They're nuclear.
fueled. They don't
They're
have to ever
nuclear.
dock. Yeah.
Very rarely. And for
Here's
food
my
and
thing.
everything, but
I feel like people hate bees, right? That's no, secret. I think the dude releases the bees, everyone gets scared, and they fall off the aircraft carriers are so big. Dude's last man
No.
standing.
I have such a rebuttal to this because I was thinking about it. Okay, think of the type of people who go to Burning Man, right? These type of people, and I don't know if there are type of people. I don't know if they're not. I haven't been
Bees
myself.
people.
But they're bees people. Okay, this is my point. They probably see those bees and like, let us help you get to a safe home, my friend. What are you doing on this aircraft carrier? And they're so happy to see these bees and help them get home. That's the type of people. They're very much like bees save the planet type people, I think.
But it's not like there's just like 6 bees flying around. The dude
how
is
many
not
ti-
closing his mouth during this. He's sitting there, mouth agape, just clapping away. These bees are covering every surface.
Yeah, but there's 80,000 people. If each one took a bee, okay? Gave it
There's
a
not
happy home.
80,000. You can fit maybe 3 on this aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Stories tall. I'll give you 3 people.
You're at 1% strength here.
Because how many feet is 3 stories?
It's gotta be like
36?
30? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 12 feet? No. 8 feet a story? I think.
Well, there's
feet
no
is this?
ceiling on this aircraft carrier, mind you, right?
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't
there's-
matter how tall
right.
they are.
There's still a
50 feet tall.
surface area.
But
It's
they're not just
roughly-
like growing vertically; they're growing horizontally too.
That's true. That's a good point.
They're like
Story is
titans.
roughly 14 feet.
Really?
Yeah, so we're talking like
The
like
Gerald
42
Ford
feet tall.
class is 250 feet
That's
tall
not
as an
bad.
aircraft carrier. I mean, obviously, a fair amount of that's got to be in the water, but
right. But if they're falling in, they're drowning. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dayton, are you ready to make your decision?
Yeah. I think so. All right. My decision. It's got to be the dude.
Let's go.
For the sheer reasoning that everyone at Burning Man can't fit on the aircraft carrier. Like
I
you're
can't deny
you're
that,
crippled.
yeah.
You're crippled.
1% at best.
We're
Yeah.
drowning.
Yeah, and the
You're
bees.
drowning men, not.
There we go. And also, I mean, the judge is the judge. We can't question them. But Dayton does love Big Lebowski.
I
feel
do
that
love
might
the
have-
Big Lebowski. I do.
That might have been a factor. But all right, Joseph.
That's why I played that card.
Yeah,
of course. Joseph is our new champion. He will go up against now Dayton, challenging him. And Eli, you are the judge for this round. All right, so Joseph's continuing with the dude who shoots bees from his mouth and can't stop clapping. Dayton, who is your contender?
I have Heisenberg who has a super jump that is also armed with a super glue fire hose. But it's staged in an alternate dimension where winning is losing.
Oh, okay.
So now you're trying to tank your character.
Yeah. That's a
Dude,
smart location. I
the
like that.
dude's ass. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the dude just gets stung repeatedly by bees, and he's allergic. I don't know if you knew that.
So I don't know, like, so I'm feeling like both the character cards are kind of worthless in this round. You know, they don't really add anything.
I disagree. The dude is chill. Heisenberg is ruthless.
As
Like, we're talking about a mentality here.
Okay, except in this case, if ruthlessness leads to winning, then I'm actually losing.
Yeah,
That's true.
So
we understand that.
I think, you know, just based on these cards, I think Heisenberg's got it in the bag. I mean, Super Jump's got the mobility and the super glue fire hose. The dude's not a very big guy. I mean, that he's done. You get him with glue, he suffocates him.
Dude,
man.
You glue my hands together, and then I can't stop clapping, so I gotta rip the skin off my hands. And
Or
then
you glue his mouth. He's got no bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is the dude's down for the count.
well, so hang on a second. We gotta get an interpretation. We have to get an interpretation on the location, right? So an alternate dimension where winning is losing. So does that mean that we want to lose this round to win this round?
You're trying to argue.
You're trying to
lose.
tank. You're tanking.
Okay. Well, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna super glue my mouth shut with my nose shut too, and just super jump as fast as I possibly can to asphyxiate myself ASAP.
That's a good strat, because the characters know that they're in this dimension, so they know they have to lose.
Yeah, what's the quickest way you can die, Joseph?
Like I said, the dude's canonically allergic to bees, so he just has them sting. He just shoots bees at his arms.
Character.
You don't know
even that wouldn't kill you.
Anaphylactic shock doesn't take that long.
That is true.
I'm imagining that Heisenberg isn't very good at anaerobic cardio.
Well, you know,
cough.
and Heisenberg is stone cold. Like, he will not hesitate to off himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The dude, I feel like he would be a little more opposed. Like, the whole movie he's trying not to die.
That is true.
Throwing it out there. Eli, do you need to hear more, or are you ready to make a decision?
I think I'm ready to make my decision.
All right. Who is the loser and therefore the winner?
The loser and therefore the winner is Heisenberg in this situation.
There we go.
For all the reasons presented, but additionally, the dude abides, and in this situation, abiding is losing.
Yep. These are great points.
Fair.
Those are great points. All right, so Heisenberg moves on to the champions. No one has maintained their position.
No, we've been getting good polls.
Yeah, I'm happy that these have been pretty good. So Dayton is now the champion. Eli is the challenger, and I will be the judge for this next round. So a reminder, Dayton is fighting with Heisenberg with a super jump armed with a super glue fire hose. Eli, what do you got?
I am a marshmallow man inside a giant hamster ball, and moreover, I can clone myself, but each clone is half the size of the previous.
Okay.
And we are fighting in an
You're just
aquarium.
a Russian doll.
Yeah.
In an aquarium. Okay. Now, question, Eli.
Yeah.
Does being in if you clone yourself, do the clones have the hamster ball as well?
Or do they
just
exist
the
inside the hamster ball?
Yeah.
I think they're inside the hamster ball.
I think they're inside the hamster ball.
main hamster ball.
One
Okay.
singular.
And does
Wait,
the
I
hamster
thought-
ball negate any advantages you might get from being a marshmallow man? Can you still
No,
use
in fact,
marshmallow
I think
abilities?
the hamster ball and marshmallow man are actually very mutually compatible for the following reason. Right. Normally, if the hamster ball gets rolled down a hill, someone's gonna get all banged up inside. Right. Concussion. You're dead. You're dead.
Yep.
The marshmallow man, built-in safety net. I'm fine. You can do whatever you want to me.
Great
I'm
points.
fine.
Fantastic.
So
Alright, have y'all seen that Futurama episode where Bender puts the cloning device inside himself?
No.
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 No. Okay,
No.
well he
Enlighten us.
does. It's the exact same scenario except it's Bender, right? And he ends up making like a bunch of mini benders that are like atomic size that just turn like all the water molecules into beer.
Mm.
And so that's my proposition is I'm just going to clone myself infinitely and this swarm of mini marshmallow men are just going to run around, like rearranging your molecules and stuff, turning you into beer or marshmallows.
Okay, my question is though, are the clones, do they get their own hamster ball? Or are they inside you and they can't leave the ball as well?
But if
That's-
Didn't we already answer this?
we said they're inside the ball, but if they're atomic size, they can slip through the atoms
can
of the
slip
hamster
through
ball
the-
and they can
yeah.
escape the hamster ball. So, but most of them would be inside the hamster ball.
You'd have to do some significant cloning first.
Yeah, that'd be time consuming, right?
It would be time consuming, but how are you going to hurt me? I'm inside a hamster ball.
Oh, well, that's
And
pretty. That's
invulnerable.
pretty easy. I super jump out of the aquarium as soon as possible, firing my super glue fire hose down. Super glue can cure underwater. I will just cure you inside of this, and eventually, I don't know, you'll die or something.
This is a lot of
I'll go sail.
asphyxiating with your characters there.
I
But
don't know if
if-
marshmallow men breathe.
Yeah, I'm with Eli on that one. I don't think marshmallow men care.
Also,
But
if they're
do they
already
dissolve?
escaping the hamster ball at a subatomic level, they can escape super glue at a subatomic
But
level.
what are they gonna do to me at a subatomic level?
Rearrange your blood molecules.
Your breathe molecules.
What if I'm infected with meth though?
We're
Well,
gonna
then-
dance on your brain. We're gonna turn it into super meth.
So here's the thing, right? We're in an aquarium. We're not underwater per se. We're surrounded by like tanks and stuff, right? So our
Are
marshmallows.
we in like an
I assumed it was
aquarium
in a
tank?
tank.
Or
I
like,
was-
It says
Singular
aquarium. I
or
imagine
like
we're like
the shed aquarium.
we're like
I
a shed
was-
aquarium.
I thought it was like in like a fish tank because like that's an aquarium.
It would say fish tank, but we're in like a shed aquarium.
I don't know.
But-
I think that's up for debate still.
Well, but here's my thing, Dave.
No, we're not
Well,
in the
Jacob's
tank.
the judge.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Our marshmallows, do they dissolve in water?
It's sugar.
Yeah.
I think so.
They do.
It should,
they do.
right? Yeah. So, Dayton, what if you could break the tanks? Because, okay, here's the thing. Marshmallows don't need air to breathe, but this hamster ball's got to have holes in it because a normal person would, right? So, you break the tanks, you fill the hamster ball with water, he melts and dies. And the question is, can you do that faster than he can multiply to some atomic level?
If you kill the big one, does the clones die like in a chain? How's that work?
Oh, that's a good. I don't think so.
Or is
I
it
think
like
each.
Last Survivor? You can never kill all of us. We'll just outlast you.
Multiplying.
Also, I'm going to say, Dayton, you can't leave the aquarium. That's the
Okay.
designated fight area.
All right, so so in that case, then I'll use my super jump. All right, so that exerts a great deal of force when I jump, right? To be able to jump super high, I have to, Newton's third law style, right? So use that on the aquarium glass to break it.
Mhm.
And then I will, I don't know, leave a trail of super glue behind me, trying to stick those little critters up. Buy me some more time.
Do we have any other arguments? Okay. This is tricky because, I do think the water would work. The question is the time factor, and how fast can these? this
That's
cloning
why I
happen?
was
Marshmallows are
spraying.
notoriously fast.
That's canon. That's canon.
You can look that up.
Hmm.
That's what the ball does for us.
I'm gonna do a curveball here. I was gonna go with the water because I think it's a sound strategy, but I like the creativity of the subatomic, and I think there's a chance there. So I'm gonna go with Eli. I'm gonna give it to Eli.
All right.
Continuing the cycle, Jacob.
I know. Well, now I gotta fight it, which I always forget. But Eli is the new champion. I am the new challenger, and Gabe is the judge. Get judged. All right, so
Yeah.
Eli's still like a Marshmallow Man inside a hamster ball who can clone.
Oh,
Wait,
Infinitely.
I think you put the cards back on the top.
no, I
that's
didn't.
different.
No.
Oh, it's like a
Read the
duplicate
second
card.
half.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay. Okay, so again, sorry. Eli has Marshmallow Man inside a hamster ball, can clone himself, but each clone is half the size of the previous. I have a Lucha Libre wrestler. I can also clone myself, but each clone is half as smart as the previous.
Oh no.
And I cannot stop sobbing. And we are at Waterworld. So another
Again
location.
with the water.
might be
There's
good.
a lot of water themed locations.
Hey, I
Not
shuffled the
great for
deck.
Marshmallow Man.
What was that, Eli?
Waterworld, not great for Marshmallow Man.
It's not great. And here's the thing. The water's already exposed, right? I don't have to break any glass. And granted, I'm a Lucha Libre wrestler, so I'm pretty jacked. Unfortunately, my influx might be an issue, but at least my clones are equal size. So I'm hoping I can just clone myself a couple of times. I only need like 2 extra clones. I can just push the hamster ball like into the pool and call it a day.
What do you think
Did we decide
Waterworld
if it was
is?
watertight or not? I thought we said it was watertight.
I don't think it is.
Nah, dude, hamster wheels
no, they're
not.
not watertight because the hamsters have enough tragic deaths as is. It's not like kids asphyxiating them. You don't need that.
You owned guinea pigs. Those are basically hamsters.
Okay.
Joseph, I think Waterworld's like a water park.
Yeah.
No, Waterworld's a movie.
That wouldn't be a location.
Yeah, it is. It's where the Earth floods, and the only place above sea level is like Mount Everest or something. That's what I'm imagining.
I'm gonna Google Waterworld.
Definitely pictured water.
I was
park.
thinking.
I was thinking water park too, but maybe we're just uncultured.
It's
No, I'm with you, Joseph.
it's a B tier movie at best with
That's the
But-
first thing that shows up.
There's some one of the theme parks has like a Waterworld exhibit. I think it's
Mhm.
Universal.
So,
that
wait,
makes
you're saying-
sense.
Also,
Universal
a
movie.
water world in Colorado.
So you're saying the entire world is water?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, easy dub. Why was I being mad? That's easier for me. Marshmallow Man dies immediately. I win.
Oh, I've been to this place before. That's
Right.
crazy.
You know what happens when a marshmallow dissolves into water?
Mm.
It becomes one with the water. I'm part of everything.
Ooh.
You can never kill me. I am the world.
If you had clones that were subatomic, you could theoretically avoid the water molecules.
But Gabe, we established it takes some
Theoretically.
time. We're immediately dropped into Waterworld. There's no prep time. You know, I don't think he's got time to clone that fast.
Mm.
And I'm not even gonna clone once. I don't need to clone and make stupider versions. I'm just gonna literally just like swim, and I'm good. He'll dissolve behind me. I don't need to fight.
Do you think it would be difficult to accomplish any task if you can't stop sobbing? Like
Yeah.
swimming.
And
Like,
you
it's
know,
difficult to
He's already in the
breathe.
water though.
Oh.
It's like
can
peeing in
Lucha
the
Libre
rain.
wrestlers swim? Like the leotard could be a little restrictive. So the question is, do I dissolve first or do you drown first?
This is true.
Yeah,
Here's
From
what I'll
already-
say.
the difficulties.
Gabe, you're the judge,
I am.
and I know that you recently you read the book that Blade Runner is based on. Did you also watch the original Blade Runner? I can't remember.
Yeah, I've watched both Blade Runners.
You've seen Blade Runner. Do you remember the iconic line at the end of Blade Runner where it's something along the
Are
lines
you gonna
of
do the tears and rain?
tears
shit
in the
right
rain,
now?
all right?
I
It's tears in
swear.
the rain. I'm sobbing in the ocean. You can't tell, all right? I'm fine.
It's not raining in Waterworld. It's already done. There's already water.
But
In
he's
the
swimming.
water, it's all mixing. It's all salty, you know. And I just gotta doggy paddle until Mushroom Man over here, or Mushroom Man,
Mushroom Man. It's not Burning Man.
dissolves. I think I'm fine.
I think I already can make a decision because I do think a normal human would be able to outswim a Marshmallow Man. And if you're stuck in a bubble, you can't really swim except sink at that point. So I think I have to give it to the Lucha Libre wrestler. I have to.
Man.
All right, it's neck and neck.
As much as I wanted to change the status quo and let someone actually keep winning.
Everyone has one win
Yeah.
except for Gabe because he has not played yet. So we'll see if Gabe can.
Well, no, I play it. It's got like the supermodel.
Oh, you're right.
Don't worry, I'll get something dumber.
I already know who I'm voting for, so it's fine.
Okay, so
Okay.
I am the champion with the Lucha Libre wrestler who can clone myself. Each clone is half as smart as the previous, and I can't stop sobbing. Emily's the judge. Gabe, what is your challenger?
All right, this time I'm a saber-toothed tiger that is unaffected by impact. I don't know what that means exactly. But I'm also radioactive, and we are in a giant cave this time.
This is a tough matchup for me. I'm not gonna lie. All of my moves are impact based.
Yeah, you can't punch me because like it doesn't affect me. I'm in my environment, you know. I'm in nature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in water worlds. And also, yeah, I mean, I'm not. I can just I'm a radioactive, baby. Like if I don't get you with the sharp teeth, I get you with the slow burn of radioactivity.
Yeah, it is a giant cave, right? So I got some room to move around. I can maybe run away a little bit. But yeah, I was really planning on just suplexing you into oblivion.
I'm not unaffected.
I'm not sure that's gonna work. I need a moment. Someone else go.
And
So I just want to
hide. You can't hide.
yeah, and also I think that
You can't
Gabe
outrun a tiger.
being radioactive, right? So he's immune to the radioactivity. He can just fill the cave up with
I just have to lounge.
radioactivity. He can just
And I can't even move him because
Yeah.
he's unaffected by
You
impact.
can't move me.
Hundreds of stupid luchadors all getting cancer.
Like
Here's
he's cloning to try and survive, but then they forget how to breathe. They get so dumb.
All right, here's my trump card.
Okay.
Can I win by ring out? Could I throw Gabe out of the giant cave and win because he left the location? He wouldn't be hurt, but he'd be out of the.
You're trying to
the
get me
fighting
to
area.
leave the fighting area.
I'm gonna throw you.
But the
I can
last
still- I-
time, but the last time we talked about location, you're like, you can't leave the aquarium. You made that part of the argument.
I did,
That
but
is
what if
true.
you can't leave? What if you can't leave? But if you leave, you lose. So if I throw you out, then I win.
Well, I think that
Coordinate.
is like you can't
is-
leave. Like
this is
in
like
a wrestling
classic
match, you
8-year-old
can't leave
shit.
the ring, otherwise you lose.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know?
That
my
makes sense for
God.
the wrestler to think that way, I suppose.
Can the luchadors coordinate well enough to make that happen, though?
I think if I only call myself a couple times, we can make it happen.
At least the first 6, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, tigers aren't that heavy, and I'm pretty
saber-toothed
yoked.
tigers were
Oh.
huge.
Yeah, they're pretty heavy, bro.
I think with 3 or 4 luchadors, we can get the job done.
I don't know, dude. Animals are way stronger than humans.
Also, I don't like that you're doing the 8-year-old thing where you change the rules. So
I'm fighting for my life here, Gabe. All right, it's a bad draw. I gotta do something.
Okay, a saber-toothed tiger weighed up to 750 pounds.
Oh my god,
That's pretty big. It's a big cat.
that's a big boy. That's all I gotta say. That's my one trump card.
I think I've said my piece.
Okay. The one thing I just think I'm hung up on, and I think this is why I'm choosing what I'm choosing, is that like the lucha libre wrestler can't stop sobbing. Okay,
You're not
like
wrong.
imagine trying to coordinate that. The dumber you get. Okay. And this tiger does not care. Okay, so I have to give it to Gabe because this is just so dominant, but also there's just no way you could coordinate an effort here with the wrestler.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I also feel like when you're crying, like you're not as strong. Like
Yeah,
you
for
can't
sure.
activate your muscles. So yeah,
Your
All right, Gabe.
vision's blurry.
Vision's
you know.
blurry. It's
Hard
Yeah,
time
my
breathing.
bench is worse when I'm sobbing too.
yeah. We all know the feeling, right?
Been there.
So it is. Everyone has one win. No one has upset the
Oh,
environment
no.
here. Okay, so Joseph, you are back in the judge's chair. Gabe is our champion. Again, a saber-tooth tiger, unaffected by impact, and is radioactive. Emily, who do you have?
I have a nudist
Mhm.
shoots webs.
Oh, I
who's
bet they
ri-
do.
riding a battle cat, and we
Mm.
are on a trapeze above a pool of hot lava.
Wow.
Okay, we're
Lot
both
of
we're
thoughts.
both cats.
Yeah,
On this trapeze, so
it's
that's
very
tricky.
interesting.
Here's the thing,
Cats
Emily.
good at balancing on wires.
Yes.
Gabe, it doesn't matter because Emily's Spider-Man.
naked
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Naked
naked.
Spider- they just shoot up the ceiling. They're good.
But
Just
I
wait
mean,
for you to fall.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. And also here, like,
what's with
the
you and wanting to
trapeze-
leave the battle arena here? It's not a part of this.
What I just want to say is, what's the weight limit on a trapeze? And how can a tiger? I mean, I like a small cat. I don't know how big a battle cat is, but like a normal sized cat or even a larger cat, I think could manage this. No saber-toothed tiger. I mean, the trapeze would just break, and if mine broke, I could shoot myself a web to save me and my battle cat. I don't really see how.
So what is your battle cat of choice then, Emily? I feel like you get to choose. It's your champion.
Honestly, I would choose a cat. Well, I have to be able to sit on the cat. That's a good point. I'm riding on this cat.
So I need to make clarification here because I think we were all thinking of maybe like a pole across. You have to like tightrope walk across.
No,
Come on,
a trapeze is
Yeah, a
the
trapeze
bar
is-
that
yeah.
swings.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I was thinking that. So trapeze, yeah, you're swinging on the the bars stuff. How is the cat even gonna get
Yes,
grab it?
a puma. That's what I want.
Um,
Those jungle cats, dude. They are swinging on vines. all day long.
Trapezes can hold up to 1,000 pounds. The actual bars themselves. So I think
Oh, okay.
Emily and I
Oh,
both get
that's
on
more
weight.
than I thought. Okay, so
I
we're
agree, but you have to pay extra for them.
I don't know. I think this is a pretty
$1,200.
cheap circus, you know.
above
It
a
looks
pool
like-
of hot lava. We're definitely getting the cheap ones.
It looks like if you want the cheap ass one, oh, that's a floor stand one. Okay, so the ones that actually swing are 1,000. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Okay, I'm glad you looked it up.
Wow, thank you.
The more you know. I'm unaffected by the impact if I even fall in. So
Dude,
It's
you can
lava.
get burned. You're gonna burn to death.
That's
Okay,
not
so the
impact.
immediate impact you're fine, but then the burning sensation starts to kick in.
okay. Here's my plan. So I got naked Spider-Man on a puma. All right, that's a little scary. Yeah, I think I would just try and like hang on dear life and hope hope the cancer takes hold.
War of attrition style.
I don't think I would risk like jumping over to their trapeze. But I guess all I'd have to do is get the nudist. I wouldn't have to get the puma.
Right.
And the cats would be pretty chill with each other because, you know, they're both cats.
They can
Yeah.
talk.
This
Dude.
fucker was on top of me this whole time. And he
Dude,
had
nah,
his
dude.
dong out.
Cats. Have you ever seen cats fight? They fight
Yeah,
all the
dude.
time.
Territorial.
That's
Honestly,
plain.
Emily, I think you should abandon the cat immediately. It's just gonna weigh you down.
Okay.
I think you don't
I
need
think
it.
you should sacrifice the cat to exceed the weight limit on the other trapeze.
Yeah, like throw the
This is-
cat at.
This is
at the
kind of what I
tiger.
was thinking. I think as Spider-Man myself, I could hang on physically longer if I dropped this cat. But
Yeah.
maybe if I tried to push it over to the other cat, the saber-tooth, right, and they got into a fight, and this would distract the saber-tooth enough to let go.
Yeah.
And fall. That's kind of my strategy.
See, okay, I'm not trying to tank my own character. So if you were able to shoot webs because you got bit by a radioactive spider, I would imagine you'd have some tolerance.
Pervious.
The radioactivity. But the origins are not clear.
Joseph, you want to call the ball here?
I think fuck. I don't want to continue the challenge. You're always winning, but it's definitely leaning towards the nudist. I gotta say, like,
Yeah.
I think
All right.
that's
We got it.
that's it.
This is why I love this game because I'm like, what the fuck is gonna beat this tiger? This thing's OP as hell. And then the next thing comes up, it's like, oh yeah, that wins easily.
I feel like
Yeah,
a
I
lot
really
of
thought
these have
I-
come down to the arena too.
Yeah, the arena
Oh,
is huge.
certainly.
If that was like
Oops.
anywhere, I would have absolutely had a field day. You know.
And
All
if
right.
if I couldn't shoot webs, it probably wouldn't have been as pertinent anyways. It just all
Exactly.
depends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now Emily is the champion again.
Oh.
Nudist that can shoot webs, riding a battle cat. Dayton, you are the judge this round.
Yes, sir.
Joseph, you are the challenger. Who do you get?
All right, I've got Hermione from the beloved series Harry Potter, armed with a shrink ray and also a freeze ray. And we are fighting in heaven.
Yep.
Yeah, difficult.
So
What I really want to know is how did the nudist who's shooting webs all day get into heaven?
I don't belong here.
also, Hermione comes across as an atheist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not buying that she's there, but you know
So we're
what?
both not welcome, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
God is watching.
Only one of you gets in.
Yeah. At the gates.
It's a battle to get into heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, Joseph, I got a question for you immediately.
Okay.
I'm assuming these shrink rays are like pistol size, or just the rays. Each ray is like pistol size.
It's
You
a
gotta-
wand.
maybe
It's a
you're-
wand. I'm the
Well,
judge.
no,
They're wands.
Hold on, Dayton. Hold on.
I
That's what I
feel
was
like
gonna ask.
they're like phasers. I've got phasers, right?
Yes,
I
I'm
can
wondering,
set it
like-
to stun. I can set it to shrink or to freeze. That's what I'm picturing.
Oh, I was
Oh,
picturing
I was
two
picturing, like-
separate guns. Because I was thinking you can't hold both guns and your wand at the same time. You got to pick 2 out of the 3.
He's got pockets.
No, yeah, you can have them on you, but I'm saying 1 in each hand. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, is this like one of those pens that has like 20 colors, but they don't work as well? Or is this like 2 separate guns?
I think it's 2 separate guns. It's 2 separate cards.
Two
Okay.
separate guns.
And you're armed with them both, right? Per the card.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you also have your wand because it comes with.
I'd
Hermione.
imagine you have holsters for all 3 items.
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't have a single holster on my body. So.
Well.
You got a couple pockets.
Okay. Okay.
So Emily,
Yes.
question.
Oh boy.
Is your nudist male or female?
That's such a good question.
Because both could be shrink rays in your case. If it's a male.
I like to think it's open for interpretation.
Okay. Because I could make him a
that's-
little chilly and get him embarrassed.
You think that's gonna stop Spider-Man on a battle cat? You've got another thing coming. Embarrassment's not what we're worried
It
about
could
here.
slow him down. It could make
Certainly.
him double.
I like how
double
you
check what
went
he's doing.
from I'm not gonna freeze or shrink the battle cat, I'm gonna shrink his pee-pee.
Cause shrinkage with the
With your-
freeze ray.
You see, Joseph, but that's just gonna give him battle dick, right? So it's battle dick on a battle cat. So he's not, his dick's not getting in the way.
That is true. That is true.
He's got nothing to worry about.
I do think, yeah, okay, easy. I think these double rays, even without the wand, right? They're coming at me. He's riding the cat, he or she riding the cat. I assume there's not stirrups. What's the
I think it's
Reins?
stirrups.
Reins?
Reins?
reins? Reins. Stirrups are for your feet.
Right.
Assume there's reins holding onto its mane, whatever. Can only shoot 1 web at a time. So I'm double fisting these rays, right? And I shoot both. They can maybe grab one of them. And then I get them with the other. And then I've got the wand as a backup.
But here's the thing, Joseph. Which one you hit with the shrink ray first is gonna be harder to hit with the freeze ray.
Yeah, but how much is this shrink ray shrinking? Is this a half
Strength to
size?
nothing? Yeah.
Like
Maybe it's like a continuous beam, and the longer you hold it on them, the more they.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that.
all right,
Which
but
that,
once they're I'm double blasting them, right?
Okay. But I do have to say, Muskrat, whether this nudist is male or female, I do think the pure shock to innocent Hermione seeing a nudist on a battle cat would be enough to drop whatever she has in her hands. Like the pure shock, like jaw to the floor. Oh my god, I dropped my weapons. This is where the nudist finds their opportunity to shoot webs, to grab Hermione's weapons, at least take them away, even if they don't use them, and then just take care of the deal because she's now pretty much defenseless because she's in so much shock from seeing a nudist on a battle cat in heaven.
What if Hermione's turned on? It's heaven. I mean,
Equally distracting, honestly. Equally as distracting.
Now, Emily, I have this quick question. How are the
Yeah.
residents of heaven responding to a nudist? Are they pro-nudist or anti-nudist up in heaven? I could see kind of arguing.
I'd
for
like to
both.
think there's probably a good split because I'm sure there was some people who enjoyed being nude and weren't weird about it, right? I'm
Mhm.
sure. So I like to think they're not intervening. They're cautiously optimistic about this fight.
Okay.
I think Hermione is really grounded right, and a realist in stressful situations, that she can look past the nudity. You know, she's got her head in the game. You know, she's definitely the smartest of the three in the Harry Potter franchise, right? She's got battle plans going all the time. She knows what's up. Nudity, not a problem for her.
So Joseph, how is Hermione actually gonna defeat the Battle Cat though? I mean, the Battle Cat and the nudist, they got an
Freezing it
easy.
solid.
Is that
Imagine.
actually?
I mean, you could freeze it, shrink it, stomp it. It's done.
Yeah, pull it,
Bop
twist
it.
it, bop it.
I understand. So you're strategizing. You got a fucking wand that can do the killy spell thing.
Yeah,
Nah,
there's
dude,
also-
I don't think Hermione canonically knows the Avada
I think
Kedavra.
she
Okay.
knows them.
Harry Potter nerd over here.
She
I'm just
definitely
saying she
knows
never
what they
uses
are,
it
whether
in
she's
the-
used them.
Does she know the Cuddy Boy? What was the one in
No,
like
that's
the-
that was Snape's spell that Harry
the
used.
sword fucker?
I know what you're talking about. See, I don't think she would necessarily kill with magic. I think she would freeze. Hermione's not a cold-blooded killer, right? She's gonna stop you, but she's not gonna kill you.
She's not gonna kill for a spot in heaven. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but
Wow.
she'll stop the nudist and not allow the nudist or the battle cat from winning.
All right, Dayton, make the call.
You
Or
know,
should we treat J.K. Rowling and ask her to make the call?
this podcast is getting canceled.
Honestly, that'd probably get us more views. We gotta keep Rowling on.
Oh gosh.
I bet you would love to weigh in on if Hermione likes nudists or not.
Gave nudity to character Hermione. Preference for nudity.
Yeah, Hermione's actually a nudist too.
J.K. Rowling
illusory
revealed
clothes.
Hermione's favorite positions.
Jeez.
They're all missionary.
All right, I'm gonna have to give it to the nudist.
Damn.
Wow.
Yep.
What's the reasoning?
I think that the shooting the webs, that's a skill that cannot be Expelliarmused away with Hermione's wand. So the nudist will always have a point of attack, and then they'll also have the battle cat, which can go in for the instant kill on Hermione. Just maul her. Shrink ray, that could be a little bit problematic, but I think that having a weapon that cannot be disarmed is key here, and also just the killing intent of a battle cat.
Wow. Emily is the first to defend the championship title. That puts her in the lead. And that
Wow.
might just lock it in for her, but we'll find out. Okay, so Emily remains champion. For the next round, Eli will be the judge, and Dayton is the challenger. So again, Emily is the nudist, shoot webs, riding a battle cat. Dayton, who is your contender?
All right, I've got Abraham Lincoln, who has an invisibility cloak and can fly, but only 2 feet above the ground. And this battle is being staged inside of a giant hamster ball.
Is the Marshmallow Man still there?
He's been dissolved.
The subatomic ones are still there.
How giant is a giant hamster ball? That's kind of.
That's a great question.
Well, enough, big
giant
enough.
for a hamster or giant for human?
I mean, I would hope that both characters can fit, including the battle cat.
Yeah.
I was really picturing the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, so I'd say pretty big.
Also, yeah, he's what, like 12 stories tall in the movie?
Give or take.
Here's the thing, Dayton. Here's what I'm worried about. I feel like in this enclosed environment, against an animal that has a good sense of smell, invisibility cloak is pretty much useless.
Let me just throw this out here too, because this is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure how many webs the nudist can shoot, but my theory would be that I could just cover 2 feet from the bottom, because it's contained, right? The bottom of this hamster wheel, and 2 feet above into the sticky webs, and he's stuck regardless if he's invisible or not, right? So he's just stuck in one place the whole time, making it easier for Battle Cat and the nudist to attack.
I don't know though. Like 2 feet is a lot for like to stack webs on, and it's the whole ball's moving around the whole time. I feel like if Dayton stays levitating, he'll never actually touch the ball. You know.
And his
Circles
All
are
right, so
deceiving like that.
I've got three things to bring up here. One is that I'm pretty sure that Abraham Lincoln was like a very good wrestler. I thought I remember hearing that he did like really well at wrestling.
No, he was over 6 feet tall, and he has been reported of picking people up by their throat and holding them in the air. Like that is a true fact.
Yeah, so he's absolutely got the mass and the technique to mess somebody up. All right, and then 2, the invisibility cloak. No, I'm not going to use that for myself. All right, have you guys ever seen a cat when you put a blanket over it? I'm putting this cloak over top of this cat as soon as I possibly can. I'm flying over to it, and this cat is going to be useless for the rest of the match. And then if Emily does try and shoot her webs around, then I'm just going to be flying around, and because it's a circle, the ground is all the way around us, or a sphere, more accurately.
Dayton, for your information, he was an accomplished wrestler, and he has only reportedly lost once in 300 matches in his career.
There we go.
Oh my
there we go.
God.
There we go. And he's not going to add another loss tonight, baby.
The one hole I want to poke here is that you have to catch a Battle Cat, and Abraham Lincoln probably didn't do much catching of cats.
What? He's a wrestler. He's freaking crawling around on all fours.
Dude, but the wrestler to cat ratio, I just think it would be really difficult. His big arms, just the cat just get right out.
I don't think I would need to catch him though. I think that you will
Just
come seek
toss
me
the
out
blanket?
because the cat will come to me because I'll go pss, 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 pss.
It's true, very enticing.
I have a question for the judge. Eli, you are a cat owner yourself. Can you comment on cat's reactions to throwing blankets over them?
My cat is really stupid, so I don't know if it counts. She hides herself under the blankets most of the time. It's more the reaction is when you take the blanket off, she just looks you in the eye and screams at the top of her lungs. So based on that, I'm gonna say the cat would be pretty into it. So not that you would be distracting the cat, but the cat would just be chilling.
Okay. Okay.
That's actually good information because I was worried that Emily could just pull off the blanket with webs, but if that'll actually enrage the cat against Emily.
Oh, no.
You know.
And he's already nude too, so it's just gonna hurt even more.
The biggest thing I have with this argument is the cat is still being ridden. So it's like, how do you get the blanket on top of the cat if it's being
and then
ridden by
now
the
we're
nudist?
both invisible.
Yeah.
No, I wrestle the nudist off of the cat first.
Does
And
that
then-
turn
and then
Abraham Lincoln on?
Most
You
likely. I mean,
clothesline
come
them
on.
As they charge, right? So like they charge clothesline and then blanket it on the. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say that Abraham Lincoln is a fan of Greco-Roman wrestling, and that wrestling nude is not anything new to him. It doesn't faze him.
Can we actually assume
He
that Abraham
dabbled.
Lincoln is also nude?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Are you writing a fan fiction right now?
Yeah, just the hat.
It's funny, like the levitation sounds pretty weak, but in this environment, I feel like it's actually super useful. And yeah, you could
Because
easily
it's a small
clothesline
sphere.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
You're basically being able to fly like normal if you're in a hamster ball.
I just can't reach the
What
center.
what if the hamster ball was stationary? This is kind of where I was thinking of it. Like, if the web shot out to stick the hamster ball to the ground, does the bottom 2 feet of the hamster ball become the ground? So I feel like that changes.
you'd have to
I think
shoot webs
it's
out of the
the-
holes.
We've established there's holes. Webs are thin.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the surface closest to your feet.
Yeah, so just
Right.
like a little portion.
Is that
would be,
the
like,
Webster
stationary.
definition?
So yeah, couldn't he just levitate 2 feet above the webs then?
Oh.
Oh, it's like
yeah, that's a good point.
the whole thing about when the donkey's stuck in the well and they throw like dirt in and just keep stepping up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
Eli, you have any questions before you make a decision?
No, I think I'm ready.
All right, what do we got?
I think I have to give this one to Abraham Hogan. It was a solid strategy, and frankly, I haven't heard much of a rebuttal. I'm not sure what the webs are going to do for you in this situation besides make the ground nice and sticky, but Abraham's not on the ground, so
Valid.
God, honestly, the blanket idea was fantastic, Dayton. I was like, Abraham Lincoln's
Thank
going to
you.
lose immediately.
Thank you.
And yeah, that was great. All right, so Dayton is the new champion. Eli is now the challenger, and I am the judge. Make sure I give Dayton a win for that one. Okay, so once again, Dayton has Abraham Lincoln, invisibility cloak, and can fly, but only 2 feet above the ground. I am a shark, wearing one of those cones they put on pets to keep them from licking themselves, can become mist while holding breath. And we are on a conveyor belt leading to spinning blades.
I feel like as a shark out of water, you are constantly holding your breath.
You're not wrong. And also, if I'm missed, I'm not going to be hitting the conveyor belt, so I won't be pulled into the spinning blades. But they can also levitate. So this is like a
Mhm.
levitation battle here.
Oh wait, hang on a
How
second,
does-
Jacob. So you're the wait. Who's the judge this round?
Oh, I'm the judge. I'm sorry. Eli's the
Oh.
challenger. I'm sorry, Eli.
I'm the shark. I'm the
You're the
shark
shark.
wearing cones. Yeah.
Yes. My bad.
Hmm.
Great.
I gotta develop a strategy.
I know,
with
yeah.
this one.
Yeah, so here's the thing. It's like, how long can this shark live without water?
How fast
Well,
is the conveyor belt going?
Is
Yeah.
there water nearby the conveyor belt?
No, I
so
don't think
here's
so.
my thing. Sharks don't breathe, right? Isn't it like they breathe automatically when they're swimming forward or something? Or am I making things
Oh,
up?
because like the
Oh, I
water
think
just
so.
passes by the gills.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
but
to
that's
keep
not really them
constantly moving.
actively breathing, so I can always be missed if I want.
Yeah, but once you run out of oxygen and die,
Well, no,
Yeah.
because when I'm mist, I'm like made out of water, and then I stop being mist, and it goes past my
Oh.
gills.
dude, that's so good. I forgot mist is water, dude. Dayton, you're fucked.
Well, hang on a second, though. Hang on a second. This is implying that the mist has usable air in it, because the way that gills work is that they use the oxygen that's dissolved inside of inside of water, and it pulls that out.
Yeah.
Also, could Abraham Lincoln drink this mist?
Oh yeah, what if I just entirely
That'd be very
consume them?
challenging. That'd be a lot of. Lot
How
of
do you
mist to
drink
lap up.
mist?
Well,
Yeah.
like,
Inhale.
if it's misting out, yeah, just inhale it. I
Is
don't know.
Abe Lincoln gonna blow fat milky clouds?
And then is there less shark when it turns back from mist?
Mm.
Or does the shark like exist inside Abraham Lincoln now?
So, I think my strategy is I'm actually going to charge towards the blades, become mist, and appear on the other side. And then what will Lincoln do?
Mm.
I'm just
Well,
gonna
what's on-
keep on hovering.
Again, when people leaving the arenas, I don't like this shit. Stop it.
Yeah, you
Eli,
know.
Eli, do you feel like the cone is going to impede you at all?
No, I don't think it's going to impede me. I don't think cone could really impede a shark, because if you think about it, like all it's going to do is kind of funnel more things into my mouth. It would actually be beneficial.
Wow.
Is the
Wow.
cone in front or behind the gills? Like, are the gills inside or out of the cone?
If a shark wore pants, would wear this.
There is a podcast episode about if dogs wear pants. If you want to check that out.
There is. So all right. So how about this strategy? All right. So I can fly above the conveyor belt. I'm picturing this conveyor belt's just a linear conveyor belt.
Mhm.
All right, and let's say that Eli does go and he becomes mist. All right, I'm holding this invisibility cloak out while I'm floating and flying, and I'm catching as much of this mist as I possibly can, and then I'm tying it into a knot and throwing it into the blades. It still has.
Still missed.
Yeah.
I don't think
Still
that mist
missed.
is passing through a cloak.
Is the cloak water soluble? Like, would it soak up the water in the mist?
Yeah, I think
Or
it
is
would
it
get a
like
little
a-
bit damp, but
Does it have like
I
a
mean, there's
sheen where it kind of
fibers,
repels
yeah.
water?
It's like a cotton.
It'll soak up some of it. You might get like a little bit of my kidney.
Hmm.
It's
So-
not like Charmin.
So Eli, you're not going to try to bite Lincoln at all. You're just going to try to.
I
force
think
him
if the
into blades?
opportunity,
Kind of
if the
hard.
opportunity presents itself, I will absolutely bite Lincoln. I'm not above that. I'll bite a sitting president. Even. But I'm not expecting the opportunity to immediately present itself.
Sure.
Here's my question: can I move while I'm missed, or do I just kind of hang out?
I think you can move because it's because the card that says can
Oh.
become missed while holding breath. That makes me think like you have control, and the limitation is like holding your breath. So I think you can move.
Game changer. I fly 3 feet above the ground.
Turn into a shark, bite his head off. You're done.
Now, can Lincoln wrestle a shark?
You know, I think his record is 0-0, but you know, I'm willing to make it 1-0.
For this country.
Sharks do
willing to
have
try.
very smooth skin.
That's true. And you could also just become mist if it becomes Stacy.
Yeah, I
I've
can't
heard all
really
need
put
to say.
mist in a
I
chokehold.
think the creativity of using the mist to rehydrate is just too good. And
I'm not sold
you know,
on it, but okay.
I'm
Well, you're not the
allowing
judge,
it. I'm allowing it.
Dayton.
I'm the judge. I'm gonna give it to the shark.
All right.
So shark wearing a cone who can become mist is the champion with Eli, and then I am the challenger and Gabe is the judge for the next round. While I update my spreadsheets here. All right. I am challenging with 101 Dalmatians. They all have scissor hands, and they can throw antiques. And we're in the forest.
How accurate is their throwing capabilities with scissor hands?
I'll be honest, it's not great, but there's 101 of us. It's kind of a spray and pray kind of a
What
strat.
if there's friendly fire?
Yeah,
So
if it
you can
happens, it
try and
happens.
spray some mist.
Do you know the only thing scarier than a shark?
What's that?
A flying shark hiding in the trees. Gonna pick you off one by one. Soon there's gonna be 100 Dalmatians, then 99, 98. I'm gonna be a happy shark by the end of this.
All right, I need some help from
So,
the
all
peanut
right,
gallery here.
this
As far
is
as like,
all right. So
are there
antiques.
any antiques that can absorb water?
See,
Is
all
there
right.
any
So
antiques? You know,
I think
Like an antique rug.
with antiques, a lot of the times you don't want to get them wet, right? You want them to stay nice and dry so they stay, you know, preserved. And what do you need to do that with? A desiccant, something that absorbs moisture from the air.
yeah.
You just start throwing cabinets and shit that has desiccant inside of it. Absorb the mist.
Done so.
Yeah.
What if you have an antique dehumidifier?
Don't think those are around, but I appreciate the thought.
Antiques
Are
like a gel
sham
packet.
wows considered
Yeah.
antiques yet? Is that old enough yet?
I
what
would
about,
think so, Joseph.
Like, do you have an antique harpoon?
Oh.
That's not bad.
And
Here's the
scissor
thing that I
hands
think
operate
is
a
honestly
harpoon.
the biggest detriment to mist shark is once he starts going to pick off, he has to turn into shark form to eat a Dalmatian, but he's going to be eating scissors. And, you know, I don't know if you guys have eaten scissors before, but I don't think that bodes too well, even if you
Yeah.
turn back into mist.
I mean, they don't
It's
have.
gotta-
He doesn't have to eat it necessarily. He just has to kill it,
I
right?
guess
You,
you could just go for the head, yeah.
you take a bite. That dog's not living too much longer.
And are the hands the front two paws?
I was
or
about to
the
ask.
all
I'm about to
four
ask
paws?
how many paws are scissors? I'm thinking just the front two.
Yeah, I think the front two.
Front left, back right.
All right, so my next question is, how conductive is mist?
It's made out of water, so I'd say pretty conductive.
All right, so let's say that you start throwing, shoddily made antiques that have really frayed electronics on it. Namely, things that get hooked up to 240-volt plugs, like washers, dryers, and shit. You just hope, yeah, it is hope that they zap the mist into submission.
I mean, that would honestly work on the shark too, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what form it's in. Because here's the thing too, is like every time the shark comes down to try to bite a head off a Dalmatian, yeah, it'll work most of the time, but a lot of time you're gonna be getting some swipes in with the scissors, right? Like it's not gonna be 100% success rate.
But that's the thing, though. Like the Dalmatians are split up. It's a forest, right? Like it's a dense forest. Like you're not traveling in a pack of 101. Every time one lingers off into the woods,
There's
Game over.
always one on the outside.
It like goes to mark a new tree and it's just gone.
you gotta pee eventually.
Eli, do you feel like the cone would impede you from attacking these dogs? Or if the shark?
If the woods are too dense, it may. However, I think with carefully timed breathing, I can navigate that situation.
Also, like he mentioned during the conveyor belt fight, it's just funneling Dalmatians
more
into his
dogs.
gullet, right?
But also the scissors, right? The scissors are more easily caught in the cone, possibly, and scrape them up a little bit.
But
And-
they
But
could
the scissors
also
cut the cone.
accidentally cut the cone off.
Yeah, and I also don't think the scissors are going to do that much. Like, have you seen the sharks that have like scars from like propellers from boats?
But here's the thing: if this was one Dalmatian, easy clap for the shark. This is 101 Dalmatians. Right? This is a war of attrition. This is a death by 1,000 cuts. All right, we got
101 cuts.
101 cuts. We got some scissor cuts. We got a random vase thrown at him. We got a cabinet sucking up some mist. We got afraid some electronics trying to It's gonna be a rough battle, right? No, this is gonna be a bloody ass battle. I think at the end of it, Dalmatian come out on top at the very end, barely.
How many Dalmatians do you think the shark can take at one time? I say the shark's got easily 5 in a group.
Hold on,
Easy.
Dalmatians are not
Easy.
tiny. They're not like puppies. We're talking fully grown Dalmatians.
Well, is it the
Yeah, I'm
movie?
talking about a
Dalmatians, aren't
flying
they all
shark.
Puppies?
In the movie, they're puppies.
They're puppies.
In
yeah.
the
I think they're all
Yeah.
Does
puppies.
it say from the movie? No, it's just 101 space Dalmatians. Okay,
No, they're puppies.
I think
These
it's
are fully
puppies.
grown.
grown
They're
Dalmatians.
puppies.
Great Dane mixes.
They're
They're,
puppies.
they're puppies.
How many of the 101 Dalmatians have to survive to win this?
Just one.
That's fine.
As long as
Just
there's
one.
one Dalmatian left standing, I
Okay.
win.
Okay.
I think. Oh my god, it's so silly. What if Dan's or just oh, that's not Hermione from Harry Potter. It's the other Hermione, the one who has codes to the nuclear warheads.
We went to high school together.
Okay,
All right,
it's
Gabe,
just
call it.
time. As much as I don't like your arguments in that last bit, Jacob, I think you got death by 1,000 cuts, quite
Yes.
literally. I mean, well, not 1,000 cuts, but quite a few cuts. I think it would eventually wear down the shark. I think you get it. And I mean, the antique with the conductive busted electronics. Yeah, I think an antique washer could spell some ruin.
Yeah. All right, so I am the new champion with 101 Dalmatians with scissor hands. I can throw antiques. Emily, you're the judge. Gabe, you are challenging me. What is your contender?
Oh man. Okay, so I am the Men in Black with a duplicate of one opponent attribute. Seems like I get to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Man, both of those are really good. We'll think about that. 10 stories tall, and we're in biblical times.
Now,
So-
okay.
Or do you have biblical antiques?
As I say, I think it has to be antiques from pre, what would be antiques?
So
at the
that's why I'm
time?
gonna go with I
It's
have
like
scissor hands.
rocks.
I think I want to have scissor
Rocks.
Rocks are pretty good though.
Okay,
Especially against dogs.
how many men are we talking here?
I
How
mean, that's
many
a
Men
whole
in
ass
Black?
Agency. I mean,
No,
I
it's
mean,
just the two men in
it's
black,
usually-
the two
it's
men in
usually
black.
two partners
Uh-huh.
in the movies, but
Okay, I'm gonna go with throws and peaks then. I'll throw rocks. I don't care. But yeah, I think it is 2, except for Men in Black 3. There might have been 3 of them, but I don't know if we talk about that movie.
Men in Black 3 was good.
Was it?
The
I thought it was
the
bad.
fourth one was bad. The Men in Black International was bad.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. Okay.
There's a fourth one.
Yeah.
That's
With
when it
Chris
has
Hemsworth
Tessa
and Tessa
Thompson.
Thompson. Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody saw
yeah.
it.
So,
Nice.
are you Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones? Or you're both?
Well, I think I'm both.
Yeah,
You're
I think
both?
you
Okay,
get two.
cool.
You get two
I'm
Men
the
in Black.
original Men in Black cast. I'm not Men in Black 4. I'm not Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. I'm original.
And you can throw rocks and you're 10 stories tall each.
And I also have, I'm 10 stories tall, and I have those little guns that do a lot of damage, but because I'm 10 stories tall, it's not nearly as, I'm not getting thrown in dumpsters. when I'm
Wait,
firing.
do Men in Black have guns?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know they got the
He's got,
memory
like-
wipe things. That's like the main gadget.
He's got the cricket. Well,
think
Will
it's-
Smith gets the cricket.
It's like the tiniest
yeah.
pistol ever, but when he shoots it, he goes flying.
Oh yeah.
And like
Yep.
explodes a hole in a truck.
Yeah. But I'm 10 stories tall, so that doesn't really bother me. So I think my strategy is I'm just gonna gun you down from my high tower, with my guns, and then
Throw
for
some
me,
rocks.
an antique I would assume would be to scale. So I'm throwing fucking boulders from the Paleolithic area. I'm just wiping
Fucking
it
dinosaur bones.
up. Yeah, I got crowd control on lock. I mean,
So I'm gonna go with the Empire Strikes Back strat, which is I'm just gonna use my scissor hands to just cut your Achilles tendons and ankles until you fall over, and then just stab you in the eyes and stuff. And also throw rocks. We have some.
How is
we have
that from The Empire Strikes Back?
The
you know,
AT-ATs.
the AT-ATs, No, it's not exactly the same, all right. But big thing falls over, all right. That's what I'm going for.
Okay.
But yeah, we have a squadron of Dalmatians throwing rocks to distract you. We have another squadron attacking the ankles, right? And then they fall, and then we attack the head. And we win.
but I'm just killing puppies, right? Like 10 stories is pretty tall for a puppy. Like that's a lot.
It's hard to aim from up there,
This
It's hard to
goes to
aim.
my question.
It doesn't matter when I'm hitting them with a big ass gun and a big ass boulder.
Do you think this would be weighing on the conscience of the Men in Black, like due to the innate, like,
No.
No, I would just
animal kingdom? I could see the shark and the Dalmatians going head to head.
No,
I would
no,
like
tell
I
them
think
that-
No.
I would tell them that
the
they're
day,
aliens in disguise and that they need
Oh.
to do it for our country.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, a cop is a cop.
That's true.
and also it's biblical times, so it's Christianity hasn't spread. People didn't have consciences back
Like
then.
stoning was a
Morals
common.
don't exist.
They didn't exist.
Stoning was a
Dogs
common
didn't
punishment
have
back
I
then.
think they're gonna
feelings.
hesitate at puppies. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Nah.
Dude, that's dinner.
I'm just saying, if I get you guys on the ground, it's game over. Like, I cut your throat with the scissor hands. Like, I think I have enough manpower, like numbers, to distract and have some, take you out.
See, if you had 10,000 rats, I would say. But you only have 100, and like I do think if you got me to the ground, it would be a lot more even. But I only have to do 50 apiece, and I'm 10 stories tall. I
And
mean,
also, I think that when it collapses, it's probably going to take a few out and squashes them.
yeah.
Flattens them like pancakes.
Honestly, I could just have them suplex the ground together, and that would get rid of most of them. I get a little
Just sit
stabs,
down.
but they're from the scissor hands, but they're so small compared to me. I mean, it's probably like getting a paper cut,
Emily,
I'm
judge.
I'm struggling here because I like to think that like we could go in numbers, but I'm almost basing it off of like in my head it's like sheer volume of creature, if you will, and the Men in Black just really have it. Like 2 men 10 stories tall could just squash 101 Dalmatians. So
Mhm.
Gabe's got the win.
all right. There we go. The challenger wins. Gabe is now the champion. So okay, so that was, if I'm correct, that was 2 go arounds of everybody. Do we want to do a third go around, or should we end it here? How people are feeling? Yay, nay.
What are the, I guess
I think so.
are there
Another
tiebreakers? What are
round.
the scores?
Emily's in the lead. I'm in last place. Everybody else is tied.
Yeah.
Well then let's end it here.
Yeah.
And I think another
As long
round
as
would take
Joseph
us about
loses, I
45
win.
minutes.
Yeah, it'd take us a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
So
already at an hour and a half. So
let's do this. Let's just do one more match, grudge match. Emily, you're the champion. Does anybody want to try to take down Emily? You're in last place. You want to do grudge match against Emily?
What do I have to lose? Unless
All right.
someone else wants to.
do you want my champion or do you want a new champion?
I think we should.
I'll donate my champion.
we should do all new champions here.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and are we all just going to be judges then?
Sure. Yeah. We'll just
Okay.
have a fun grudge match
Sure.
here. So Emily,
Popularity contest.
yeah, exactly. So Emily, you'll be top row because you're in the lead.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Joseph will be on the bottom here. So Emily, you can read it as it comes out here.
Okay, my character is Helen Keller, wearing a meat bikini, and she can turn into steel.
Joseph.
And I'm a Amish leprechaun that is 3 stories tall. And
Okay.
we're in a glass elevator rocketing towards space.
I want to know how
So-
many stories tall cards there are. Is there like?
Am I-
I know there's
10?
so many.
Yeah.
Am I 3 leprechaun stories tall?
No, dog.
Human-
you're
human
like 36
stories.
feet tall.
I think
Yeah.
you're just 3 normal stories. Yeah.
You're no
Just a-
longer a short leprechaun.
But you are Amish. I don't know if any Amish
Still
has
looks-
ever gone towards space, but I think you might be the first.
So I don't think I'm fitting in this elevator.
Let's say the elevator accommodates.
Yeah.
It's a big elevator.
Wow.
It's just tall.
Yeah, it's
Roughly-
quite tall.
Roughly the size of a hamster ball.
Okay.
The point isn't the size of an elevator. The point is you're in a glass box going to space. You should worry about that.
rocketing towards space.
I feel like Helen Keller would have no fucking clue what's going on.
Wait, yeah. So
I'll
wait, can
tell you
we?
this about Helen? She's a fighter.
Oh, you're on a first
okay?
name basis with her?
Yeah, dude, Helen is a fighter. Not only has she survived so much of her own life, okay, now she has to take on this leprechaun. I'm just saying.
I'll be honest. She can
has
turn to steel.
persevered. Yeah, she's
She can turn to
persevered.
steel and hang out. I think she's fine.
Yeah,
I feel like
How would she know if she turned to steel?
she can feel it.
All of her senses, Gabe.
Yeah.
I
Does she
feel
know
like
she's wearing a meat bikini?
She can smell it, obviously.
Oh,
cold
ew.
and wet on her skin. Ugh. I feel like a 3-story tall leprechaun could kick a steel Helen Keller statue through a sheet of glass out of the elevator.
Yeah.
Will you both
Yeah.
suffocate if you're heading towards space?
Not
Rocketing
if I'm made
towards
of
space?
steel.
But I'm still on the elevator.
Because
So
this
I
is my
win.
thought.
Oh,
That-
you're in the ring.
Yeah.
Falling off the ring.
Yeah, ring out. I win.
If the leprechaun is 3 stories tall and we are rocketing, vertically towards
That's a
space,
lot of G forces to get that leprechaun off the ground.
Yeah, that's true. Who is gonna hit space atmosphere first? The leprechaun. Instant death. We're not prepared for space. Neither of us. I can admit that. But who hit space first? The leprechaun. Helen's all the way down here, 2 stories below. All she has to do is outlast.
Okay, but if
She's-
we're rocketing, like those 2 stories are passed in like what, seconds? If,
Yeah, but
if
it's the
that,
seconds you die first. That's all I'm saying.
if you're
Joseph,
not
I have
kicked
a
out of
question.
the
Wait.
through the glass first.
So, I apologize for stereotyping here, but like, Amish people are known for building their own stuff, right?
Mostly furniture, but yeah.
But like, they're good at building stuff.
Yeah,
Leprechauns are also pretty crafty.
that
Are
they
we
are.
building anything along those lines that you feel like you can use, in this glass elevator?
What is
I-
in a
Deal
glass
cutter.
elevator?
I don't know how many useful raw goods are in a.
Does he have his pot of gold?
Can I ride a rainbow out of there, like to safety? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I break the glass, kick steal Helen Keller out, and then I ride a rainbow to safety. Done.
And I also think that with Emily's thing of the leprechaun being taller, what if the leprechaun just picked up Helen Keller and just sat down on the ground and held her up above his head?
Well, good. And here's the thing. I feel like if
Trying to
it,
steal.
I feel like if
feel
you
like
get to
it's-
space,
Pick up
if the fight isn't over by the time you get to space, I imagine the glass is like collapsing because of pressure. Is that how that would work? I'm blanking.
Or
It
magnetic
would
pressure?
shoot
It
out.
would explode.
It would
Yeah.
explode. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like in that case, Helen would win because steel is stronger than skin. So I feel like she would last a little bit longer than the
longer.
leprechaun.
Yeah, certainly the steel would outlast any kick
Okay.
too. So that's
I've
kinda
got
why.
another proposition for Helen Keller. Good old Helen, first
Helen.
name basis. She could just turn to steel, get enough I don't know. I would assume her clothes are also included. She's got snacks.
She's a meat
Yeah.
bikini. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got snacks for the road. I'm sure she's got enough oxygen to just maybe eke out.
That's what I'm saying. She just has to outlast, and that's what I've been saying this whole time. She just has to outlast the leprechaun.
Yeah.
And
like,
Helen
I mean,
Keller
what's
is
the leprechaun
nothing.
gonna eat?
I think she could. She's persevered through a lot. She can persevere through this.
Yeah,
She's
what's
not
the
gonna
leprechaun
find
gone
forever.
through? What trials and
Yeah.
tribulations has a 3-story leprechaun been through?
Racism, potato famine.
Only from Jacob.
Eli, you have something?
Oh no.
Okay. I guess last question is who wins if this elevator breaks before space?
Helen, for sure.
Before space.
Like if somehow
Before
like
space.
if the leprechaun like breaks out a wall like Joseph was saying, who's gonna win then?
I think Helen
Rainbow to
turns to
safety.
steel and then breathes through. I don't know.
Yeah, how does steel
I do
breathe?
think if Helen could turn back from steel, that's kind of where I'm going with this. She turns to steel to outlast. The glass breaks while they're still on Earth. People would be so much more apt to help her than a 3-story tall leprechaun. To be honest. That's what I'm
You think
saying.
people
Like,
would recognize Helen Keller? I'm imagining
Oh,
she's
for
like
sure.
27.
No, dude, some freak steel mannequin wearing a steel bikini that can't talk is hurtling down towards the earth.
I'm saying
I'm
she's
gonna be real with
out of
you.
steel.
I don't think most people would recognize Helen Keller.
I don't
They
think
could
so
recognize
either.
a person in need and not some 3-story tall freak.
Okay,
It would
but
just
who
be
who
They
could
clearly
help in this
never read
situation?
Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah.
Who could help in this? Who's like hanging up with a parachute, like ready to toss it? Like,
Wait. Do we know that there's nobody else in this elevator?
I think so. Yes.
That would be my assumption.
Are you thinking there's like a what would be
Like some
like
random
Like,
ref.
an
That's
3 or 4
attendance?
guys just in the corner, just like, hey, what's up?
The guy who asked before you want to go to, he presses the buttons. He's
He's like waiting for the tip.
we're going to space. Okay.
No, I guess in this scenario, right? They're having left Earth's atmosphere. The glass breaks and they fall towards Earth. That was my envision. And people would be more apt to be like, "Oh my gosh, this like young, normal-sized, woman. Oh, is she okay?" Versus this 3-story tall leprechaun, they'd probably call the SWAT team. So that's kind of where I was going with that. Like it would be more frightening than anything.
Also, I imagine if you steal and like pencil dives, she'd land it.
Yeah, for sure.
Stick the landing.
Wouldn't she sink too far though?
Stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
She's like deep in the ocean. She can't swim up.
And then the people help her.
And
she's wearing a meat bikini.
Yeah.
And
The sharks. Yeah, the sharks.
Shark
would be-
That can turn into
Yummy,
mist comes
yummy.
after her.
All right. Let's try to vote here. It might be split. I don't know. Eli, who do you get?
I think I got the leprechaun.
Gabe?
I gotta go with my girl HK.
I
She really out of
Same.
outlasting.
got the leprechaun, man.
Dang, I was gonna go HK as well.
God damn it.
Well, it's a draw, which means Emily.
Okay.
Well,
I think
Emily wins no
Emily
matter
wins.
what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if
Joseph is the sole loser.
Fucking go.
You lost to Helen Keller.
No, the leprechaun lost to Helen Keller, which I think is bullshit. Could have ridden
it was a
Rainbow
draw.
and flying
It was
away.
a draw.
It would be a good fight. I'll tell you that.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching, listening to this episode of the podcast. I hope this satisfied people for the bullshit bracket. We had a good time, and I like this game a lot. I think people should check it out if they haven't already. So, yeah. Until next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.